guys, I'm super excited. Everything seems to be so positive today. I'm so excited. And about love and relationships and not difficult ones. Getting into either the right relationship or the relationship you're in gets better. This is not normal. I'm very excited. Okay, let's move on. This is great. This is literally there's light at the end of the tunnel. You're seeing it, or you're going to start seeing it very, very soon. This is great. So far, I haven't had jealousy and envy, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, let's talk about this. And I feel like this is going to be several people. More than that. I'm going to say at least half of you. There is this ultra clarity and optimism coming in an energy wave coming in for you. It's like getting to that place where you start getting an understanding of your whole life's journey and how this led to this, which led to that, which taught me that, which moved me here, which made me meet this person. You know what I mean? Connecting all those puzzle pieces. Seeing how past experiences, including, with quote unquote bad people, villains, whatever, how that propelled you onto a different path or a better path, or just piecing those things together, which is super important. And so as you're realizing this, you get more enlightened and more confident. When you stop thinking, oh, I made all these mistakes, and you realize those mistakes were necessary because it led to this. I don't know, in my early 20s, I got fired from a job and I thought it was horrible, but then it led me to a better job, which led me to move to the city I love, or you know what I mean? Just piecing those things together, or this relationship didn't last, and but as soon as I broke up with that person, I met this really great person, and that had to happen that way, and just piecing all those together. It's like you're getting a different perspective on the struggles and the difficult paths you've been on, and there is part of this that is essential for your ascension. And it takes a while to relax in it, but it's the start of none of this was mistakes. I can chill because I literally can't make a mistake. Something doesn't work out, it's because it's leading to something else. Do you know what I'm saying? It's really good energy. It's like you're coming to this place where you're not so stressed out by fears or I don't know, lies that other people tell themselves. You know what I mean? There's some aspect of shifting from seeing people as bad or good. Do you know what I mean? This person may have done something bad, doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person, but maybe, God, spirit, the universe, whatever, worked through them to get you to shift your path in some way. Or do you know what I mean? Just making those connections. And something about also now coming to realize, again, with relationships that didn't work out, you had to go through them to learn something, or like I said, to shift your path somewhere. Maybe you dated somebody or something, and with them you moved to another city, but then the relationship didn't work out, but you really like the city you live in now. Piecing those things together. It's really heavy on the kind of seeing through the fear you felt, or the insecurity, or the feeling like you've failed at jobs or relationships or whatever, and seeing that had to go that way because of something it taught you, or something it pushed you to do, or do you know what I'm saying? Piecing all that together so you can start to sort of relax and see you're not making mistakes. You're never making mistakes. Everything is leading to something else. And it's going to make it easier to become unbothered by, the people who are going to be trying to tear you down or dim your light or whatever. It's really a feeling of like healing and self-worth, and like I said, being able to now relax and see like, oh, those weren't mistakes. All those things had to happen. They led to something else. Do you know what I mean? And when you get to that point, that makes it easier to attract in and connect with people who are on your vibe. Do you know what I mean? It's really hard. Like if you're like I say, empaths and stuff, your energy's getting strong, and it's really hard to be around people that are on a lower vibration than you now. And that's not to say you're better than them or whatever. It's just more difficult to be around them. And so now you'll attract people that are more on your vibration. I hope that makes sense. And I'm actually getting that. I'm sorry, I'm not speaking very loud. It's late outside. It's going to make it easier to kind of spot your people, whatever that is for you. Friendship connections, romantic connections, whatever that is for you. It makes it easier to, you're not walking blind. You don't have to date the wrong people because you'll see it right away. Like, this is not the person for me. Or work the wrong job because you'll see it right away. Like, this is not the job for me. Like, you'll see through it. Man, this is coming in, like, in your, I'm sorry to say, like, boss bitch era. And I hope by saying that somebody knows that I'm talking to them specifically. Because it's like you get comfortable now with like, oh, those were not mistakes, and I'm not a failure, and blah, 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 and it brings you like into this power that you have never had before. Because, maybe you don't say it, but maybe those quote unquote failures made you feel insecure, and now you can look back and like, they weren't failures, right? They're things I had to learn, things that I had to shift my path, blah, 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 It's really feeling like this is a powerful transition for you to see that. Because I don't know, I did it too, but like maybe you beat yourself up. I've got 2 failed marriages, but now I know I had to go through them. You know what I mean? And I don't regret that, and I don't feel like a failure. And I did for a long time. I get it. And this is helping you not feel that way. I don't know why I want to say this, but I keep feeling like I want to say you're getting, as soon as you have this clarity, you have the ability to kind of foresee, how do I want to put this? You'll see the difference. You'll see, I made this shift, and now I can like see things coming together now, whether that's business or relationships. Like you'll start to see results. You'll see things shifting. And this is beautiful. I just keep wanting to say, like, you're if you're not now, you're on the verge of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and seeing things come together that maybe you've been waiting years for. I hope that makes sense. This is all so great. I'm so happy with what we're getting today. Okay, I think at a minimum this applies to the person that I just tried to call out by saying you're getting into your boss bitch era. Because I get heavy, well, I guess fire energy, but specifically I thought Aries, so I'll just say that. There's something about something, I don't know, something went on, and you're kind of setting a boundary of like, you deserve an apology. Something about like feeling like the other person was out of line, and maybe they're not who you thought they were, or maybe you're thinking, well, maybe we're just not compatible, or something. Because there's something happens that makes you think like maybe this person's too scattered or disrespectful, or I don't know, flirts with other people too much or something along those lines. And because you set that boundary, or you get to that point, it makes this person do a U-turn. It's almost like I didn't really need to change anything because you're always there anyway. And now it's like, oh shit, she might be serious, or he might be serious about ending this, and it like makes them kind of reevaluate the situation, right? There's something about how do I say this? Whatever this is that happens, where you're getting to this point and thinking, okay, maybe this just isn't it, or whatever, I might walk away. There's something about this person at the beginning of whatever this is, thinking that you walked away for someone else. Whether that's true or not, I really don't feel it is, but I don't really get a feeling either way that you're walking away for somebody else or you're not. I don't know, but they think that. But it is like the kick in the ass they need to realize, like, oh, I don't want to let this go. I've got to change, right? I've got to. There's something about scattered. Something about thinking this person's scattered. And this makes them realize that. But I want to say also, because there's something about the beginning of whatever this incident is, the beginning of it, when you say, like, maybe this just isn't it, maybe we're just not compatible, or whatever. Something about the beginning of it where this person's like thinking again like you walked away for someone else, and in the beginning of it, like, their initial reaction is like, oh, I can just let go too. Do you know what I mean? But they don't. They make, like I said, a U-turn. It's like, screech, turn around. And they will reach out to you. I don't know if they're... Again, I see letter writing, but that can mean texting these days, or email or whatever. But I see letter writing. And, like, really pouring out their heart. It's so good. Oh, these are all so good. And there's something about being vulnerable and asking if you can accept. How can I say this? They're realizing they're not where they should be in order to be with you. Like, they need to level up, and they're recognizing that, but also asking, can you accept them as they're trying to reach that level? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I know I'm not, I don't want to say it this way, but it's just how it's coming through. Like, I know I'm not on your level, but I want to be. Can you accept me as I try to get there? Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of admitting, immaturity, and taking accountability for things. You know what I mean? And something about asking if you can accept, how do I say this? Because I am this way too, that when I'm struggling, sometimes I just need to be in solitude to cope with things. And asking, like, can you accept that? Like, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. This is how I deal with things. I go into my shell. Like, explaining that rather than just like, maybe I don't call you for 2 days because I'm going through something. Like, now I'm gonna explain why I do that, and it's something I need. Can you accept that? So something happens. Like I said, you set a boundary, or you start contemplating, like, maybe this isn't gonna happen or whatever. Um, and again, initially, this person's like, cool, whatever, I can let go. Uh, and thinking that you're leaving for someone else. And then there's something about, um, I write this thing, like either a letter or a text message or email or whatever it is, and holding on to it for, I keep wanting to say a week. Looking for, I don't know, like signs or clarity. You know what I mean? Like they write it and for some reason hold it. I keep getting weak. I don't know. But not. Again, it's like a good thing. Maybe it's like I wrote this thing and I pour my heart out and I tell you why. I explain why I do things that maybe, from your perspective, it looked deceitful or something. But really, I just go in, right? I can't deal with my things with other people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like explaining something about that and then hang on to it for a week while I look for signs I should do this or do you know what I'm saying? Because then it feels like I've held on to this thing for like a week and I feel relieved when I finally send it or say it. Does that make sense? I hope. Gosh, this is all really positive. It may not feel like it in the moment, obviously, if you're setting boundaries and considering walking away, but yeah, if this is for you, this person is going to, the way I keep seeing it is hitting the brakes and making a U-turn. Actually, before I close out that message, I for some reason suddenly got the urge to say something about yesterday. So yesterday, today is Friday night, so that could be Thursday, or if you don't hear this till Sunday, then that could be Saturday, but something about yesterday. Okay, just as I said, it was also positive. And I don't know why it's all like love-based today, but going with it. There is masculine energy that is feeling ashamed of, the only way I can say it is like flirting or cheating on their partner, but doing it to try to make you jealous. And something about like initially when it happened or when they got caught or whatever, like they downplayed it or like kind of dismissed it somehow, like it wasn't like a big betrayal. But now waking up to how dirty it was, basically, is how it's coming through. I don't know what that's about. There's some kind of shift in perception where, like, in the beginning I downplayed it, and now I'm realizing how dirty it was. And wanting to clear his conscience by telling the truth about, I don't know what that incident was or what other things were, but like it's very I want to clear my conscience. Because now I realize how gross it was. It keeps coming through like that, like dirty, gross. How they feel about themselves now. This situation does not feel like a reconciliation, though. I'm just gonna say it feels more like I just got to clear my conscience. It's part of my healing, and you know, maybe it gives both people closure or something. Yeah, that's really all because I don't get like, oh, now we're gonna be in a passionate relationship. It's just sort of, okay, now we can not hate each other and close that chapter or be friends or whatever that is. It's just like again, an apology that needed to happen and maybe it didn't for a while. Yeah, there's something about like I downplayed it when it happened, and now I keep getting that like dirty and gross. Now see it was dirty and I feel gross, and I want to come clean to like clear my conscience and heal from it and let you heal from it and not carry it around anymore. Do you know what I mean? Which sounds kind of crappy, but it is positive. This has all been positive. Even if you don't get back together, maybe you don't even want this person back. I don't know, but it's something about getting the closure that you needed.